YouTube, this is Toy Customizer Wake Angel 2001, and we're at the halfway point of the Roboticized Masters. Isn't that exciting? This one is Silverman, the roboticized form of silver, of course. Alright, Silverman would be created from silver, of course, but there is one big difference. Silver has 5 points on his forehead. Silverman only has 3. This means that there would be modifications involved, which meant cutting 2 of the points off. And although it's not pictured here, I would also have to shorten them quite a bit. The reason I didn't completely remove the crest and start over is because the extremely soft epoxy sculpt would be more likely to collapse under its own weight before it had a chance to harden. So these 3 points were left there to provide internal support and keep the crest the right shape. Of course, this was still one of the most difficult things I ever had to sculpt. Oh god, these things, these points had to be curved and sharp at the same time. And they're huge. They use a lot of material, to be honest. It's just really big and complicated and difficult to make, and it looked kind of lumpy when I was done. I actually had to take my sander and make it smoother and sharper before I painted it. So yeah, this was not an easy part. And even then, I sort of messed up the shape of the eyes so it looks like he has a quizzical expression on his face. And then there was panel lining on his 2 big head spines, which I just sort of painted in because since the figure is entirely white, these wouldn't really show up unless they were drawn on. The body was much easier. Silver's manly chest hair is back into a sculpted piece because now he has metal chest hair. That's kind of hilarious. In the past, I would have made this out of craft foam because I would have been afraid that Super Sculpey would snap if I moved the arms into it. But this stuff is tough. It can take it. Little bit of a body job, repaint. He's mostly white again, but he does have some blue highlights on his stomach and back. Arms! Arms are still silvers. This is the kind with the improved articulation, so he has a bicep swivel, which is cool because this means he'll still have sort of a wrist swivel, even though sculpting on the traditional Popeye armor robs him of normal wrist articulation. Upon repainting, I was very, very careful to leave the original circles unpainted. In fact, when I got a little bit of paint on the circle, I scratched it off with the pointy bit on my clay sculpting tool. You know, because I thought that the original rings are cool, and having to repaint those would be a really, really difficult task, because I don't have a brush that thin. The legs actually come from a Tails figure. The reason is because Tails' feet are actually the best shape to make Mega Man Robot Master style boots. It's just a simple fact. All you have to do is build up around the shins. Again, this takes away ankle articulation, but because this is the Tails figure that had the improved articulation, the knee swivel actually provides a way to continue posing the ankles if you want him to take on a stance where his feet are pointing apart from each other. That happens sometimes. Here's the completed Silverman figure. I kind of like Silverman's look. All that stark whiteness, although mostly preserving Silver's original color scheme, just in different places. Like, he still has a very similar pattern on his boots, just minus the white stripe. The huge armor on his forearms actually do have the same color pattern as the metal bits on the bottoms of his gloves. It's not bad. I just wonder why they changed his crest from 5-pointed to 3-pointed. I mean, I suppose it would be easier to draw, but it's no easier to sculpt. Gotta be, you know, I can't believe they would be so thoughtless. I mean, didn't they know that I'd have to make custom action figures of these guys at one point? Okay, I'm being facetious. Okay, this is Toy Customizer Wake Angel 2001, signing off.